Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're getting into brain aging, but with a really surprising twist. When you think about an aging brain, you probably imagine things just getting old and worn out, right? A buildup of cellular junk, systems failing to clean up damaged proteins, rust in the engine, basically.
That's the classic model, absolutely. But what if the real problem isn't that we can't clean up the mess? What if it's that we can't even make the critical repair crews in the first place? That's the pretty shocking idea at the heart of this new paper.
And it comes from studying a fish, of all things. So let's start there. Why this particular animal?
The African turquoise killifish. It's the perfect model because it's a vertebrate, like us, but it ages incredibly fast. We're talking months, not years, so you can observe the entire aging process. And what they noticed was this thing they call protein-transcript decoupling.
Okay, so this decoupling, can you break that down for us a bit?
Yeah, of course. Think of it like this. Your DNA provides recipes, which are the mRNA transcripts. Decoupling means the recipe book is open, the page is there, but the kitchen staff, the ribosomes, aren't making the dish.
So the instructions are fine, but the final product, the protein, is missing.
Exactly. The amount of protein is way, way lower than you'd expect from the instructions. And the big question was just, why?
Right. So the first step was some serious detective work. Which specific proteins were going missing in these old fish brains?
So they mapped everything, the instructions versus the final products, and a really clear pattern emerged. The proteins that were most affected, the ones that were most severely missing, all had something in common.
And what was that?
They were just packed with basic amino acids, specifically lysine and arginine.
Huh. That seems incredibly specific. Why does that matter? What do those proteins do?
Well, that's the crucial part. Those basic amino acids are what lets proteins grab onto things like DNA and RNA. So the very proteins that are disappearing are your essential workers. They're the ones responsible for genome maintenance, for transcription, basically, for keeping the whole cellular instruction manual intact.
Okay, so wait. We know which proteins are missing, and the paper rules out that they're being degraded faster. The cleanup crew is fine. So that leads to the big question, right? If it's not a degradation problem, what part of the synthesis assembly line is failing when it comes to proteins full of lysine and arginine?
The problem, it turns out, is a molecular traffic jam.
A traffic jam?
Yes. They used a technique to watch the ribosomes moving along the mRNA instructions in real time. And in the aged brains, they saw a massive increase in ribosomes just stalling, pausing.
So they're just getting stuck.
Worse than stuck, they're colliding. The study showed that these stalls happened way more often whenever the ribosome hit a sequence calling for those specific amino acids.
So the lysine and arginine instructions are like huge, unavoidable speed bumps on the assembly line.
Exactly. They cause the whole production line to back up, collide, and ultimately fail. The protein just doesn't get finished.
That is such a direct, elegant mechanism.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it would create a really vicious cycle.
It does, because it gets worse. It's not just the maintenance proteins that aren't being made. The ribosomal proteins themselves, the workers on the assembly line, they're also full of these amino acids. So their levels drop by about 25%. You're losing the very machinery that's supposed to be building everything.
And that shortage of workers throws the whole factory into chaos, really.
Precisely. With fewer ribosomes to go around, it becomes a highly competitive environment. The transcripts that are maybe easier or faster to read, like for some mitochondrial parts, they suddenly get prioritized. So some proteins might even get overproduced while the essential repair proteins are just plummeting.
So this is huge. It reframes brain aging not as a dozen separate problems, but as a failure of this one core upstream process.
Absolutely. It unifies all these different hallmarks of aging, like genomic instability and proteostasis, under one roof. And it suggests that if we could somehow smooth out those molecular speed bumps, we might open up entirely new ways to treat age-related decline.
Fantastic. Okay, let's quickly recap our three biggest takeaways from this deep dive.
Right. First, I'd say it's that in brain aging, the instructions and the final proteins get wildly out of sync. This decoupling is a major feature.
And it especially hits the cell's key repair and maintenance crews.
Exactly. Second, the cause is very specific. Ribosome traffic jams that happen when the machinery tries to add lysine and arginine.
And third, that localized failure to build repair proteins is what directly leads to the big downstream problems, like genomic instability. It connects the dots.
Connects everything, yeah.
A really tight, powerful argument. So here's a final thought for you to take away. While the paper makes a strong case that this traffic jam is the problem, the question of cause and consequence in aging is always tricky. We still need to ask, Does the traffic jam happen simply because the ribosomes themselves are old and wearing out, or is something else, like a drop in cellular energy, causing them to slow down in the first place? That puzzle is still open.
Welcome to the Everyday Journal Club. I'm Hope, a biologist with 15 years of research experience, now fortunate to be working in a Nobel Prize winning lab. This channel has three main goals. One, to help you stay effortlessly updated on the latest scientific breakthroughs. No paywalls, no jargon overload. Two, to build a supportive community where we can exchange the most valuable experience-based research advice. Three, to share valuable strategies and concrete examples on how to achieve meaningful scientific breakthroughs. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, I'll begin releasing content focused on the third goal. Let's go! Let's make great science together.